Full detail, semi-in-depth guide for Jingliu. So this video will cover everything from materials that you should pre-farm to what light cones or relics you should put on her. It will not discuss her kit details in too much depth because, well, that's boring. So, Jingliu is a 5-star ice character, following the path of destruction. With this, we know that her ascension materials will come from farming Immortal Cyanets, Air Blossoms, and Lumen Twigs, all found at this calyx. Her boss materials are the same as Yanqing's, dropped by Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Icicle, found here. And her talent materials will be farmed from the calyx Bud of Destruction, found here. Also more of the Immortal pieces and Fantilia's boss drops. Oh, and a casual 3.3 million credits. Now that we've discussed her farming materials, let's talk about what to put on her. So, beginning with light cones. Jingliu's best in slot will of course be her signature I Shall Be My Own Sword, that will be released along with her character banner. Yet people shouldn't really pull on that banner, so let's compare her free-to-play and 4-star gacha options. The only decent 4-star option for Jingliu is Arlon's best in slot, a Secret Vow. It has an unconditional 20% damage bonus and 40% damage when at S5, alongside an additional 20% damage bonus and 40% damage bonus at S5 when enemies have a higher HP percent than Jingliu. Other than that, her second best light cone just behind her signature is the free-to-play Herta shop Fall of Aneon. There are only 2 light cones that work well on her. The rest of the destruction light cones aren't the best, but Under the Blue Sky can be used as a stat stick, or the 3-star Collapsing Sky if you really have nothing else. Considering you can farm Herta shop light cones for free, everyone should really be using Fall of Aneon, or at least farming to get it. Now moving on to her relics. Jingliu's best in slot relic set is Hunter of Glacial Forest, the ice damage set, since it increases both ice damage and crit damage. A second decent option is the Quantum set, Genius of Brilliant Stars, because of its defense ignore. However, it is really only viable against opponents with Quantum weakness. Other than those 2 4-piece sets, a 2-piece Hunter, Messenger, or Musketeer can be combined, whatever has the best substats and correct main stats. Speaking of which, Jingliu wants the standard DPS main stats, a crit damage body, because she has a lot of crit rate built into her kit, and speed or attack boots, depending on substats and team build. For her planar ornaments, Rutilant Arena is the best 2-piece option by far. Nothing else should really be used, as her kit is perfect for proccing the 70% crit rate requirement. Considering most of her damage comes from her enhanced skill, she will have 70% crit rate or higher most of the time. The main stats for her planar ornaments should be ice damage and an attack percent rope. In terms of substats, crit rate and crit damage should be the main priority. Attack percent is fine, speed can be helpful, but crit is usually what you want to go for. Now, finally onto her best team comps. Firstly, Jingliu's role is DPS, so it's often better to put her with sustain and support characters rather than a dual DPS team setup. Her best options when it comes to support buffers are Bronya or Tingyun. Bronya is her best support teammate as she advances her action and provides multiple stat buffs. Tingyun is her best 4-star support as she can provide attack boost, damage boost, and energy. Other than those 2, Yukong and Asta are also helpful and can fill the support slot, however, they don't have the best synergy with Jingliu. For debuffer options, Silverwolf and Pela are really her only 2 options, both providing a lot of useful utility. Pela will often be the best because of her AoE defense reduction, damage buff, and at E4 an ice resistance reduction. For the sustain slot, you can pretty much put anyone. However, she does have HP percent drain, so it's usually safer to run a healer. But if you have a preservation character that can keep 100% uptime on their protection, like Jeopard Shield or Fushuan damage reduction, then preservation can be usable. Her best hyper carry team that will yield the most damage is Jingliu, Bronya, Pela, and Luocha, but considering that team is expensive to build, Bronya's best replacement will be Tingyun, Pela is still the best, and Luocha can be replaced with Lynx, Jeopard if you have them, or Natasha, as long as she is well built. But other than that, Eidolons, don't pull for them, it's a waste. Never pull for Eidolons if you're free to play. And also, Jingliu should be coming first half of 1.4, so you should definitely start pre-farming now.